Zach's getting on Discord. That's fine. We can wait.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yep.
The only issue we are going to have.
Welcome to the stream. We're clicking through some stuff real fast. Get these teams to get settled in.
All right. Please tell me that everyone is good. That would be a good thing to know.
Yep. Zach leaves the chat.
Rest in pieces. It was good. It was nice knowing you guys.
There we go. He says okay. Everybody else is good. So I will kick it off.
All right, so we're live though, right?
We are live.
All right, cool. I completely forgot about that. All right, well, welcome you guys to this second OMGL game here. Today we have two teams. We have Overlords and Bruisers. Wait. God, okay, I'm an idiot. Wait, is it?
Bruisers first,
No,
Overlords
it's
second.
no,
Oh, Uproar, sorry.
Bruisers versus Upper. Yes. So I'm very sorry. We were wrong, guys. Anyway, so we have Taka and a Samuel ban. Right off the bat, there's Sky.
You gotta explain the first like 15 seconds of the draft because the team viewer doesn't update for a little bit.
Oh,
so you
okay.
Talk through it. Well, I can't see it.
Wait, what? So like, who do you? Wait, where are you on?
Party right now.
You're looking at the party right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Sky and what was it? We have a Sky pickup and a Lance pickup.
There we go.
So you just now got into the draft.
Just got into the draft, so we see our Taka and Samuel bands. Looks like Team Bruisers picked up Sky. Some parts so Zach couldn't pick up Sky.
Oh no. Okay, so. So Dan, quick question: why are you that far behind? Like even on TeamViewer, it's not normally that bad.
Well, I don't know why I'm that far behind, but
are you looking at the stream or are you looking at?
I'm looking at the game.
The emulator.
The emulator's behind. That's what I'm saying.
The emulator is 15 seconds behind. Wait.
No, the emulator is at live, but it doesn't update. So going from the party to the draft and going from the draft to the game, there's a delay. Other than that, everything's fine.
Got it.
So Nest didn't make a pick, so.
Nest didn't make a pick. All right, well.
I just got updated that Nest didn't.
But everything else is fine. Good to know. Yeah, I was just kind of worried there for a second. Anyway.
It's funky.
We do have some technical difficulties. I mean, so knowing how things will work out, we will be back in an hour to officially say that.
We're just having issues with Discord.
Yeah. They're still not good, so you know.
My family's watching The Voice, and apparently my walls are paper thin.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, so they need to shut up, but I can't kind of tell them that.
Well, I mean, it is The Voice. Maybe they can give us updates, because we all need to know who Miley Cyrus picked. Right? I think that's the gag that they have going on now.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus is their big draw. Asking for good again.
Alright.
Same pick some things.
Alright, so Kyogre, officially, because of his sad, slow connection. Oh, no, he's actually going to ask for sub. Yeah, no.
They can't get into Discord right now.
I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, all right, so he doesn't want to stay. Right.
All right, they're good. Their Discord apparently just started working.
Good to know.
Draft match.
All right.
You'll
So
get dropped in. I'll wait a little bit.
all right. Oh, yeah. You'll get the update. The Taka ban and the Samuel ban, as per usual. Again, they have to restart that ban. There's a Sky, there's a Lance, and this should be a pedal right here from Zakatak. Of course, it's not actually a pedal, but you know.
And just so the stream knows, I'll show you the disc, or I'll show you the draft right when I can.
All right. So there's an Adagio pick. And the interesting thing with that Adagio pick is you have a Lance and Adagio, so you expect some sort of like almost a glaive here. And Crisp is taking note of this because again, as you want that front liner, he's going to counter that with the Ream. Very interesting decision. So that means that you are going to have a WT in the lane. It looks like, and Swills, he's going to go with the very solid Finn. So a nice little pair there, Ream and Finn.
There it goes. And
are you just now in the draft?
Introducing. Yep. Yeah. It's slow.
All right. But like when the draft actually finishes, it'll load at the same time. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll be in the game live. It's just
okay.
fun.
Well, there's Kyler goes picking up a Kroll, so we do see that frontliner, and which Ream counters very, very well. So does Finn. So I think at this point that was a very good decision by Bruisers, and I think that might actually propel them to the win just right there.
Yeah, when you pick a team comp like that against Rhyme, especially in the jungle, Adagio is going to do fine on his own, but he's in lane for a lot of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, Sky isn't bad at all, because she's so mobile and she can stay out of the range of Sky, of Zack attack, and the only one that they're left to attack are Ream and Finn. Those are two very, very difficult heroes to just beat out through sheer damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, what do you think the keys for the game here are for Uproar?
I think Uproar really has to survive, I guess, because Krull gets pretty bad late game, and Adagio does too. He gets a pretty decent power spike at level 2 because he can chunk people with just his buff. But I feel like Adagio is really a late game hero, and I think that Lance's job has to be to carry his team to late game.
Well, here we have Zack attack coming in strong right here. There's Quibble landing onto only Ness, but Ness takes the brunt of the damage. Quickly, Zack attack is going to use his smite. Crisp is building up stacks. They're kind of trading on damage. Zack attack. Oh, nice Quibble onto Zack attack. Oh, very good trade there. Winter Spire hitting out Kroll just as the smite comes down, and so
Ness is
going to win that. And so there you go. First fight goes to Uproar.
Although that isn't a fight that I would have picked, I think that was a good trade for Uproar. Because Krull, early game, people say that he's early game hero sometimes, or they call him a late game hero sometimes. I think level 2 doesn't give him that much of an early game. But when you can pull out a draw like that against two heroes that really punish playing a melee hero, that's a good fight.
Yeah, and again, of course, it's always good to get kills. So Ness is incredibly fed, at least compared to Kroll, who actually they're even on farm. Oh, this is going to be a 2v3. This is bad. Although Ness does manage to get the while I'm around. Crisp looks like he might get away. Nope, I spoke too soon. It's only a matter. Next thing he does should kill him. There it is. Okay. Now we have Kyrgos and WT going at it. And nope. Zack Tack gonna find Swills.
WT's gonna go down
Oh,
right there.
whoa. Nice,
Nice
nice little.
Lance.
Lance came
Oh,
in.
Lance, a root.
Well, nice Lance. I mean, Ness isn't
Yeah,
bad. But I think Zack Attack may have overstayed ever so slightly here.
Swills grabbed that farm from him. Chris
But
grabbed the
yeah,
other one from him,
yeah,
but
you
Zach
want to
stayed
grab
too
the
long and
farm.
he didn't get any farm.
So you get no farm from that. Actually, you lose some, or not lose some, but like you take some damage, and now you have Crisp on your back trying to kill you. Okay, fine, he backed off, but that could have been really bad. Here's the re-engage though. Kyogre's coming down, Zack Attack coming in, and now they actually wanted to fight. WTF coming in,
There's a
very nice
big quibble
Quibble,
coming in.
and Zack Attack. Oh, will manage to take down Crisp. A very good fight right there. We've got Ness with another great root. He's hitting those with an insane amount. Down he goes. A double kill from Cargos. Krull or Zack Attack taking the final one. And there you go.
And they pick up that very big early game ace.
Yes, it is honestly to me huge because now you've got some pressure on this turret with the ace minions. And I don't think it will go.
Farm too.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go down, but 16 to 28 is pretty bad. So what do you think Team A is, or well, not Team A, but Bruisers is doing to just kind of negate themselves from what should be an early game advantage?
I think there's a lot of disengaging or re-engaging at the wrong times because that was the really one thing that we saw was when Crisp chased took his farm and then immediately Team Upward collapsed onto them with all three people. I feel like Team Upward is just doing too good of a job with that part of the team fights, re-engaging and disengaging, and it's going to be hard to come back from that, even if it's an early game mismatch.
Well, speaking of little fights, we have a little bit of siege here from Bruisers. They're finally going to back it off. But while this is happening, Zack Attack's just building up more farm. He's saying, okay, oh wait, no, Swills. Oh no, not Swills. WT actually will go down. Now I can say Swills because Zack Attack's onto Swills like a termite, or well, flea, I guess, and he will go down to the Adagio actually. So interesting little game here, just because Zach's just very dominant in the early game right now. I mean, I do have to agree that the engages and disengages are critical, but I don't think he. Oh, I was gonna say they're not doing themselves any favors, but there's one right there.
Yeah, it was a big favor. Kyogre stayed too long. Chris came from behind him, and you're stuck between a Spire and a hard forward barrage.
Nice little analogy there. Now, again, talking about doing yourself a favor, if you're gonna try and come back, this is what you want to do. Crisp, taking farm. He's going after a Kyogre Ghost, although here comes Zack Attack. And oh, nice damage from Kyogre Ghost, kiting out Chris well, and down he goes. Kyogre Ghost with another kill. He's now 4-1-3. So this has just kind of gotten out of hand very quickly. I mean,
it has. They're down the turret. They're down 8 kills, and Zack Attack has a lot of levels.
I mean, you've already got a 2.5k gold lead. There are more kills than there are minutes in the game, and that's just for Uproar. um, Zack Attack's fed, Kyogre Ghost is fed, heck, even Ness is fed. And now we've got another fight, and they can just keep doing this. Crisp is just getting out damaged massively by Kyogre Ghost. And Swill's exact same thing. WTF? He's deciding to come in here, although I'm not sure this is a good idea. He really just kind of doesn't do anything.
He's just trying to put out any bit of damage to save his team, but he's gonna get caught too.
Yeah, so I think that was a triple kill there by a Kyogre Ghost. Timer's a little bit off, but close enough. So I think this will be a second turret if the ace minions do their job. And it looks like they will. Yes, that's another turret. And oh, by the way, here's a gold mine. So
Gold each plus the 300 gold each. That is a massive swing. That's going to be hard to come back from this early in the game.
yeah, I mean, we're only 8 minutes in. There's a 3.5k gold lead, 2 turns down. Now they're still not out of it because Sky and Reem are very good late gaming heroes. However, actually, this is the fight they might want to have. It's a 2v3. Zaktak didn't manage to do too much. There is a From Hell's Heart onto WTF. Ness kind of trying to get away now. But you notice when Bruisers wins a fight, they get one hero.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of the team fights have actually gone Bruiser's way, but those 3 team fights resulted in 1 kill each.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that they've just done better. And it's like you said, the when to engage, when not to, it has been much better for the side of Uproar. For example, here's a very good time to engage. Chris very, very low. Zaktak dealing some good damage onto him. Stacks almost dead. Oh, 600 damage right there. WTF managing a faceful of a forward barrage onto the minions, missing its target. And Swills, oh, WTF came back in.
Away from the carry.
He tried to keep him alive, but he came back in. Smite, down he goes. That's going to be the ace. So
that is trouble. When your roamer goes in 3v1, he's probably trying to save your life. So you want to get out of there as quick as you can.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay by WT. I think he could have just kind of kept walking away and would have survived that, but he didn't. He went down. And we have another one. So
first down Zaktak. He's got stacks.
He's got stacks. Oh, wait, no, but Zaktak doing, well, what Krull does, dealing some good damage to him, and Zak is also very low. Death from him hitting to Zak, and very nice play by WT going after him. Swills maybe able to find the kill. No, he will not. Kyrghost will instead take down WT.
Heavily misses.
And I
don't see him surviving this one.
I don't either. But you got to be on a pretty big tilt here if you're Bruisers. Like, you completely outdrafted the other team, and then they come in and just destroy you badly.
I really liked the Rhyme pick when the only enemy who can pretty much do stuff to him is Adagio. But then Sky and Rhyme jump onto Adagio. He gets fortified health, doesn't care about Krull and Lance. It was a very good draft coming out from Bruisers, but I feel like the hero choices and the positions on red team are just too much.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. Crisp isn't a bad player at all whatsoever. Swills isn't a bad player either, but there is a very massive skill gap between Zaktak and Crisp. Ness, oh, wait. Here's a little fight. Crisp getting caught out again, and this Adagio is just doing so much work. The burn damage with the empowered attacks. There's another kill.
There's just not much you can do right now because you got 2 people chasing you and stunning you and slowing you, and then Adagio sitting in the back hammering you with basic attacks.
Yeah, I mean,
I've actually used his ult yet this game. It just hasn't been a good time because they've been chasing instead of bringing the fights to them.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been really. And you would think that that's what you'd want to have, especially with a Finn and a Rhyme, but again, that's not the case here. Instead, he actually overdrives his Agent of Wrath and his oh, come on, his A.
Gift of Fire.
Gift of Fire. No, Gift of Fire is the.
That's his passive.
That's his passive. Okay, I'm a terrible caster. I'm sorry, Twitch chat.
I don't know really. His heal and his buff. That's what I call
him. Yes, pretty much the same thing. But no, it is the Gift of Fire. Arcane Renewal is the passive.
there we go.
Anyway, Zaktak's going into WT. Yeah, no, a good little forward barrage there, but it's not going to matter. Zak's... Oh, very close. Not going to be able to find them,
Easily blew
though.
away. That pull by Swills was very important.
That was a very nice pull. And
Easily
Crisp,
caught.
he tried. He definitely tried. You got to give him credit there, but it's not going to work out. WT just sitting here while Swills has no damage. This is one of the worst positions to be in because you know you're dead. You know your teammate's dead, and you can't do anything about it.
He just doesn't have enough damage right now.
No, he does not. And he's going
Sharp
for
goes
a
quick.
he's going for a double tyrant's breaking point build, which can be good, but you got to be able to build up stacks. And Kyogre Ghost is so much better building up stacks. Speaking of which, WT, no, he does not go down. So actually, Chris may be able to find him. Oh no, Zack actually comes in for the engage. Very nice play by Lance here, just getting
Look
his
at that
roots on and
re-engage.
over. And Kyogre goes kiting like an absolute god. We've got Crisp here, WTF, just taking straight damage. Death Throw, but not gonna work. There's a smite, and they just can't catch a break at all. I mean, Bruisers just can't seem to do anything.
Yeah, games like these are really frustrating to play because you know there's a few things you can do, and you know your hero can beat someone. Because when Rhyme goes in straight on Adagio, if his teammates didn't come to help, that would have been easy. Chris would have gotten the kill, and that would have been a big turn in the game. But his teammates come in, you can't do anything about that because they're just so far ahead right now.
I
It's just
mean,
a frustrating sort of game to play.
look at the gold though. There's a 7,000 gold lead, about. So that's what a tier one, tier two item per hero. Maybe no, not tier one, like tier three almost.
Yeah, almost a full tier 3 per year.
Uh, that is insane. He exemplified. Look at the difference between Ness and Swills. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Ness has got those 3 support items ready, and Swill's only got his one.
and so they try to come in, stop the gold mine. It looks like they should be successful here, but at the same time, WT he's kiting actually very very well. Ness hitting another route. He's doing that very well. Crisp, although he's going after Kyogre, is not the target he wants to go after. Arcane Fire
He's
landing onto Crisp.
trying.
Oh, Reem almost got him.
Ooh, wonderful heal by Kyogre Ghost. He waited until the last second to get that.
So
Zach's going straight in.
yeah, Zach went straight in. Nice little 1v1 there. Kyogre was winning out. Zach taking down Swills. So they did the job of getting rid of the minion mine, but they didn't get rid of the Kraken.
Yeah, that guy's going to stay up there. This could be a very, very quick Kraken take. WT can't get over there, I don't even think. And even if he could get over there, I don't know if he would want to.
Oh, look at just how much damage Daiji was doing. And this isn't even empowered.
He isn't empowered, he doesn't have
Now he is.
broken mistacks even.
Yeah, that is insane. I mean, he is pretty glass cannon because WT just isn't able to get any sort of damage onto him.
Yeah, he doesn't need the armor right now because WT is getting focused on by his other teammates. He's got to stay alive before he can even think about going for Adagio.
Well, WT seems to be playing like a crystal power Sky, but he's weapon in that WT just kind of wants to use his forward barrage, kind of just sit back, relax, let the fight come to him.
Throw those basic attacks, build those stacks.
Right.
Just wanted to comment real quick on Ness missing the combat roll over the wall. I think he'd like it if we brought that up.
I'm sure he would love it. That was an amazing. Oh, there's a pull, not over the wall, but it did the same goal. And honestly, I don't think. Okay, they have the damage for that. Like I was gonna say, they might not have enough damage for Kraken, but
they can take the Kraken down pretty heavily, but
they can't deal with
the team over there.
Now WT finally dealing damage. I mean, look at that. That's pretty nice. Although Front Hill's Heart landing onto him. He's got the stacks. Maybe? No. Smite was not enough. Although Kyogre Ghost, very, very close. Although it's going to be taken by Uproar.
Right to see, but they got half a Kraken left. Even if you had the ace there just wasn't enough damage in time.
That was the ace. That was a Miracle Kraken. I mean, and even then you would have been very low on your Vein Crystal. So either way, GG. Hopefully next game, Bruisers can get themselves in a better situation. I mean, mentally, how do you come back from that though? Because you outdrafted that team completely, right? You come in, yes, you're playing against Zach, yes, you're playing against Kyrie, those two very good heroes, but you lose something that you're not supposed to.
I think the way they got to do that, they got to focus on the positives. The first thing I'm seeing, WT absolutely killed it in farm. I think maybe part of that was because Kyger kept rotating and they kept hammering that 3v2 advantage once Zach and Ness pushed early game and won that early game fight, or tied that early game fight, I guess. But WT really was nailing it with the farm. The builds turned out well and the draft turned out awesome. So they just got to redo those things, and then they got to hit that disengage and re-engage.
Well, we're taking out WT and Crisp, right? Hopefully that can shake things up. But again, there are very many positives. I mean, yes, I do. The builds were fairly decent all around, but they just didn't have the ability to win a team fight that was full blown. They just couldn't seem to get. Honestly, I think that game came down to crowd control. Ness played an absolutely phenomenal Lance. He didn't even die, did he?
Lance did not die.
Yeah, so Ness played an absolutely phenomenal Lance, not Ness. And the amount of crowd control that he was able to do was just, again, phenomenal. The roots were on point, the walls were on point. It seemed like every time he used his wall, it was a stun. The rolls weren't the greatest, but he had a couple that were pretty nice. But just overall, it was just amazing. Now, what I would like to see from Bruisers here is something harder. I would like to see like a Catherine pick or an Arden, or maybe even a Lyra. That might not be bad, just for that hard CC. Because they just couldn't seem to keep anyone where they wanted to, right? For Reem, that's what you want to do, is you want to keep people in place. Normally, that's how you counter Kroll, but no one could keep. They couldn't keep anyone where they wanted to be.
I feel like that's a big counter to how well Uproar pick their team fights and they disengage and re-engage. Because if you can hold someone down, they are engaging. If they don't engage, their teammate has just died. So if you land that hard crowd control, it's going to be trouble.
It is, and the other thing I think they might want to think about is redoing their target priority. Because Rhyme would go after Adagio, and Sky would go after Kroll. That to me doesn't seem like a very good matchup.
Yeah, if you split up like
that. I mean, Rhyme has a hard time getting on top of people in the first place. Then you take into consideration, Adagio has a straight up slow if you get near him, plus the damage, plus the range. That's not going to work out. And Sky versus Kroll, that's not a terrible one, but again, this was just so on point. So we should be heading into the second game here shortly. We still need Zack Attack and then Purple Pineapple, I believe.
Yes. Purple just said he's getting online now. There he is. And third time's a charm, trying to invite Zack.
All right. Now, hey, here's one question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, you probably did. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you captured the game in OBS. For some reason, I'm looking at the stream right now, and we're on the Switch screen, so I was freaking out. Like, oh no, we didn't capture the game at all. All right, well, now we've got all the teams here set up. We should be getting started very shortly.
Vexy does not have permission for the league chat, so that's an issue right now.
Oh, he does not. Okay. So the way that we deal with this, who is it?
Vexy.
Venx. Okay, so Vexy. The way that they do it is that they go into a ranking room, and just fill up that party. So, however, is something that needs to be fixed by week 2, and of course should be.
All right, they are all in their discords.
Please give me 1 second.
Yes, we get it. It's dinner time. Stop yelling. Just let me know when you're back. 360. Because if the draft's not going to show, I'd like you to talk through that.
All right, well, I am back. Sorry about that.
Cool. All right, we're good.
All right.
I just need to wait for you so we can talk about. You can talk about the draft because I can't see it.
Oh yes, slightly important, I would think. Anyway, so no one's actually been banned yet. So we've got a Lyra. Looks like it will be banned. And I was saying that might be a good pick again, just for the crowd control, but apparently she's too good. And there's the Adagio ban. Like, kind of
deal with that again.
Yeah, but now they're gonna have to deal with, instead of Adagio, a Samuel. I mean, that's not much better.
Pick your poison.
Anyway, so now that they have that, Sanction's kind of thinking what they want to do, right? Because Finn didn't seem to work for him. Well, maybe they will go with Yarden. And honestly, I like that pick. Now, what you need to be able to have, they're flashing over Lance and Cruel. I don't like those personally. To deal with that Samuel, you need someone to just kind of be able to get in there and just destroy him. I would love an alpha pick right here, or maybe a glaive. But it looks like they're gonna go for Kestrel. Again, that can be lane or jungle. So we will see. And Vexy goes with a very typical Finn, something that you kind of expected to see. And Kyogre goes, he has the opportunity to go here for a Kroll, who worked out well for them very well last game. And they're just kind of sitting here, we're waiting. Oh, they picked up the Alpha.
Just in time.
Okay, this is a very, very difficult pick to make, because you know you're going to be up against a Weapon Power Alpha. I think honestly, the only real pick that you have is going to be either a Glaive or a Curl. But they go with a Ringo.
So they're going to go with the Jungle Kestrel.
They're going to go with the Jungle Kestrel. And I think that's going to be difficult, but not impossible, because you're going to lose those jungle fights, at least the early ones. With Zack attack on that Alpha, that's very hard to beat. Um, so you kind of have to acknowledge that you've lost the jungle already. Then you have to consider, what do we have to escape? Well, Kestrel has her active camo, and Arden has his Vanguard. So, all in all, not terrible. Then you got to consider, how did the team fights go for this? And Denman, I'll leave that up to you. How do you think that plays out?
I feel like the team fights are going to be very, very hard for Team Bruisers because they've got Ringo who's squishy and Kestrel who's squishy. They focus on staying on the outside of the fight, picking up stacks, and then deleting people. But with the way that Zach's going to play, with the way that he's going to dive on people, and with the way that Samuel can just go blow for blow with either of these heroes, I feel like it's going to be tough. Plus, then you got Finn bringing everybody back in.
Well, yeah, that is true. Now, the one thing that I will point out, though, is just that I think the biggest thing is my X factor for Bruisers is how well Swills places his gauntlets. Um, because we know Kyrie Ghost and Zack Attack are going to play well. But what we don't know is if you can keep your squishies, mainly Sanction and Purple Pineapple, on the outside of the fight, then they can't do anything. Of
Yeah,
course,
that would be a very good use of the gauntlet.
easier said than done, but that's what you want to do.
So we got an early game rotation here by Ringo. He's going to look at a quick buy. Hoping to get some more early game presence, fight off Samuel.
Now, here's another one. You have a double weapon comp. How do you feel about that?
I've seen double weapon work very well. I've seen it absolutely flop, and you have lost by the time that anything happens. The thing that tips me into this match going that way, Zack Attack's already got his tier 1 armor. That could
Yeah,
spell very, very big trouble.
I mean, one of them were. Oh wait, maybe he's fighting in the jungle. No, Sanction's just gonna steal farm. It was Zack Attack.
He got one
Very
of them.
nice. Yeah, he did get one of them. I mean, oh, section or Sanction getting attacked by Zack Attack. Oh, very nice active camo placement. Actually, when Zack tried to retreat, little pop of it, and not bad. But yeah, I do agree that that armor is going to be troublesome, especially considering. And there is Zack going for the double. Now, why did Kyrgios go for a shield?
Hmm. It's
That's
interesting
got to be a
because maybe he
misbuy.
thinks it's either got to be a misbuy or maybe he thinks Purple Pineapple grabbed the weapon blade for farm and he's going to go CP Ringo. I still don't think I'd buy that defense just on a hunch, though.
Yeah, that has to be a misbuy. I mean, maybe he's buying a fountain,
Mm.
but kidding, of course. But that's still a very difficult thing. Now, I yeah, I don't think you fight this if you're bruisers.
I think there's a lot of fights that Team Bruisers does not want to pick. Samuel's just got such a zoning presence and such a damage presence. And if he zones correctly, you are in big trouble in a fight.
Well, here's that fight. Sanction taking some pretty good damage. He's running straight for his turns just to get away. Nice active camo to keep himself alive. Purple Pineapple just kind of being the main damage dealer here. So here's Zack
Looks
Attack
like
going
Purple
in.
Pineapple may be switching this crystal. He may have just used that first one for weapon damage.
He did. Now, either Kyrie Ghost is on a next level meta, or he misbought. I'm going to have to say he's on a next level meta, but that's just me.
He's on some new crazy mind waves.
Although I think that's terrible. Like I honestly would have just gone with the double weapon and said, okay, fine, that's okay. Like, okay, you're gonna have what was it? You're gonna have a very good time with your armor, but at the same time, you don't have. Oh, what was it? You don't have the. Oh, wow.
Purple Pineapple gets caught out under turret. Sanction takes a massive quibble, too. The thing I was thinking about the double weapon comp was that Sanction and Purple Pineapple on Ringo and on Kestrel are both heroes that could use Bonesaw very effectively. So that could have worked very well for a weapon comp. You build your first whatever item, then build Bonesaw. And whatever armor Zactac's got is now melting instantly because you've got two people building stacks.
Well, the issue with that though is that um or well, not with that, but like with the crystal is, oh, actually, here's an engagement. This should be a 2v3, and nice little quibble going to Swills, and Zactac just destroying Sanction. Sanction is down. He's dead for the count. Nothing he can do. Here's Zach. He's actually going to find Swills. Swills is going to Vanguard to him, and he can afford to honestly dive this. He's got his extra life, but he's not going to.
I'm sure he really wanted that one.
Yeah, he definitely did. And I think this right here is just kind of the problem with the CP Ringo is that he's completely outclassed by Samuel, and he doesn't have the weapon damage to just come back. His damage is from his A and his ult, and he doesn't even have his ult yet. Kyrie though, he might actually be caught by Sanction, and it looks like he will.
They get there, they're going to try and push lane, but Vengsi's got backup. A little bit too late to save his teammate, but they'll try and freeze those minions out.
Well, this Brutus got their first kill, so that's not terrible. But this actually, that's interesting. They actually have a gold lead.
Hey,
Oh wow! Look at
6-8.
look at the difference in farm between Sanction and Zach. That's ridiculous.
Sanction's been doing some farming. He's been trying to keep up on it.
That's more than some.
That's a hefty lead. That's keeping him in the gold. That's keeping him in the fight right now. Because it seems like all the team fights are going back towards Up Oregon.
Ooh, that could have been dangerous if they would have seen Zactac maybe collapsed on him a little bit earlier. Might have been a bit big. But I think just about now is when you start thinking about actually getting into fights. Because in a couple of seconds, you're going to have Purple Pineapple getting his ult. Actually, here's Sanction trying to go in. Kyogre taking to about half health with that endeavor. And Zach actually coming in after Purple Pineapple. One shot, one kill, landing onto, what was it? Samuel, not going to work. Gauntlet comes down.
From Swills.
Very, very late. And Sanction's just dead. Like, you're just dead. So now this.
When you're using those heroes with a stealth stun, because you just stand there while you use your ult, take a lot of damage, even though you put out a lot.
Well, actually, Zactac going straight in, and barely missing the echo. Yeah, definitely on the same page there.
Just barely.
See, I like that actually. The Sky Training Wheels on Kyogre Ghost.
Getting the Frostspring.
Yeah, just because Sanction and Pineapple are very, very squishy, and now they can't run.
Yep, very squishy and very slippery.
Now, speaking of squishy, Purple was very low. One shot, one kill. Oh,
that's some hefty damage already.
Oh, here's a Hellfire Brook going on to Kyogre Ghost, and Kyogre Ghost will go down. Just destroyed. Like, wow, actually.
Playing against a Ringo that can do that with his ult, that's not fun. Because when he walks in there and suddenly you got hit by an ult, you're like, where did that come from?
I mean, he doesn't even have very much damage. Like, look at that. He hasn't built a tier 1 item yet.
Well, he's got his tier 1 defense. He hasn't even gone for the Ultimate Current or a Broken Myth yet.
So for people that are aspiring to be vainglorious, I don't necessarily want to be insulting here, but you don't want to do that unless you're someone like maybe a utility crawl, and even then it's and even then it's still kind of bad because, well, I mean the only thing you would pick up first would be like an Atlas, right?
Yeah, the only thing I've seen meta as a first buy defense is first buy the item
Well,
that slows people.
here's Pineapple and Kyrgos. They were going at it. Not anymore.
Shiver Seal, that's what it is. I've seen Shiver Seal first blood on Cruel, but he's also got 3 or 4 other 2/2 items ready to go.
And notice it's on Kroll because, um, oh, very nice reflex
Nice
block.
reflex.
Yeah, again, notice that's on Kroll because Kroll just has so much damage from his smite. It's not even funny.
Yeah. If he can stick and he can land his abilities, it's awesome. But when you're Ringo and you've got to have damage, especially CP Ringo.
Well, actually, very nice gauntlet from Swills going in very, very hard. Although, a little bit of a punish. Sanction.
Zach catches him out.
Yeah, Zach should be able to kill him.
Nice
He needs
stop
the
back
Vanguard,
smoke,
but
it's not enough.
oh, but Pineapple doing very well at kiting.
It is enough.
One shot, one kill. Zach, oh, he's
wants to
trying hard for the kill. He's gonna find. Oh, nice active camo actually. So, oh well, no, that's dead. That is dead.
Is Swill's gonna get him? Zach's gonna get rebooted.
He's gonna go into the reboot. Not much else.
He'll survive.
mean-
He's got another minute before he's got a second life again.
I mean, that was just hard to watch. Because Sanction's like, oh, I'm alive, yay, and Zach is just brutal.
Mm-hmm. That's a bad feeling because you see the prime directive come through the wall, and then you're like, oh, I got caught in that.
Yeah, I'm dead. And it's so long too. That's to me is the frustrating part. Is just that it's just it takes half a second. You know you're gonna get hit by the time it lands on you, but you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Purple Pineapple going in very hard against Kyogre. Kestrel with kill steal.
I'm sure
Very.
Pineapple's very happy that his teammate helped him out there.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been able to. I don't think he would have been able to finish it, but that was just pretty. I want to say out of the blue, but not really.
Mm-hmm. And now Purple's getting his damage up. He's got the alternating current. He's got the heavy prism, and that's why he could force Kyogre Ghost out of his drifting dark. Because if Kyogre could have stayed in the drifting dark and didn't get enough pressure applied, that's a very dead Ringo.
That is a very dead Ringo, especially if Vexy can, if he decides to, even if it's like something like his Plight Company, that's still a lot of damage out. Again, Purple Pineapple with the reflex blocks.
2 games today so far have been a clinic on landing reflex blocks. There's been a lot of Finn plays, everybody gets blocked, and there's been a lot of other abilities that perfectly timed reflex blocks.
Now here's the gauntlet coming down. You got Purple Pineapple going after, it looks like Kyogre Ghost, and Kyogre Ghost taking basically 500 damage right there, and a lot on burn. One shot, one kill going out actually onto Vexy, so they might actually be able to find Vexy.
Big time. Zach's got levels on him, but they got team presence right now.
So they actually are focusing very hard on Vexy.
Vexy just dies.
And Kyogre Ghost, actually, he'll also go down to Purple Pineapple, it looks like, maybe. Yes, he will. So now, if Zach can go after Sanction, but he's not even going to be able to do that. Wait, why didn't they? They could have killed him. I think, right? He had enough damage.
I feel like both of them did. I feel like Sanction didn't want to take the risk.
Well, I mean, it would have been a risk, but an ace is worth that risk because you're going to get the kill regardless. Purple's going to come in, going to save the day or do something. But, oh wait, it might not even matter if Sanction can just... Yeah, no, Zach is pretty much dead.
Sanction's got to keep using his after camo.
Oh no, he missed it!
You jukes him.
So, Zach's still alive.
Makes it out.
Alright. Bruiser's playing very well this game. Like, I'm honestly shocked how well they're playing.
They got that kill lead and they're barely behind in gold. This is a much better outlook than their first game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as drastic as it was in Farm earlier, but oh wait. Again, the entire game has been... Oh, whoa, that was weird. Prime Directive hitting. Swills may use the gauntlet.
He's got
okay.
the defensive gauntlet going.
I think that was a little bit of a waste, but he did kind of need it. Zach, oh, taking ridiculous damage. He's forced to use his, his explosion. And he exploded. I can confirm that. So Zach will survive that, however.
Pick up the kill while he survived it too. Went low, and since you got your reboot up, just go to town on him.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, the later this game goes, the more it favors Uproar. So we're 15 minutes in, and no turns have been taken. The gold's pretty high. We already have many. We already have so many less kills than last game. Kraken's up. No one took a gold mine, did they?
I don't think so. There haven't been enough kills or a big ace, and no one's had that big of an advantage in the jungle that they could just go for it.
Yeah, so no real objectives have been taken, just trading back and forth of kills. Oh, excuse me. Burping inside. Anyway, you got Sanction just clearing out his arrows into the bush for
He
some.
max range of his arrows or not, but his arrows were reaching max range and then they were bursting. I think he thought someone was there.
Yeah. That's got to be what was happening. Now, interestingly enough, Kyrie Ghost, again, with his next level defense, he actually finished the Aegis. So, I mean, I guess it did what he wanted to. And for Pineapple, again with the reflex blocks, Zach was there to follow it up with a Prime Directive, but again, Purple's just absolutely hitting them. Kyrie Ghost with a Drifting Dart dealing massive damage to Purple Pineapple. Purple Pineapple still alive.
There's a wonderful stun there.
There's the gauntlet. A little bit late. 700. So everything's going on to Kyrie Ghost. Finally, something gets blocked from him. There's a fountain, but it's not going to matter. Down he goes.
Straight through the fountain.
And there's a Prime Directive, so... Oh, absolute snipe by Zack Attack. So Zack Attack, he's going very, very hard in for this.
He's got another extra life. Ooh, misses the Prime Directive.
Wait, but... Oh, Sanction went in!
And he's still
alive.
Spirit doesn't care that they're there.
How is he alive? Seriously, how? Okay, Zack Attack just murdered him. Okay. There we go. Finally. But it's still not going to turn into anything. Right?
That's the roam's up right now. Sanction's down for a long time, but by the time the other carries get over to the Kraken or get over to the turret, he's going to be back up.
Well, there's double Atlas, so that's kind of that's a thing, right? What was it in the wise words of Maz? That's an item.
And I mean, especially against Purple Pineapple on Ringo, who focuses pretty heavily on basic attacks. Or else he just uses his abilities and he's done. Then, of course, against Weapon Kestrel, if you can land the Atlas, she can't get the stacks.
Well, that is kind of what Crystal Ringo does, is just uses abilities. Now, of course, you do want to get your Hellfire Brew as much damage as you possibly can, but it's still going to do good damage. And his basic attacks are good, but not great. I mean, it's no weapon power Ringo. So here's actually an infusion from Zach. Some pretty good damage going on to Swills. Swills may just get picked here.
Straight for that 3v2.
Yeah, no, he went down. So Sanction's trying to run away. Not going to work too well. And Zach, honestly, I think he can take this fight. If the team collapses with him, yes, they will. There's an Atlas being popped. It actually gets blocked. Sanction goes down. So now Purple Pineapple's the only one left. Zack Attack going in very hard for this kill, but he backs off, missing the Prime Directive. And
they want it.
They really do. Kyrie goes, hopefully he doesn't see Purple, because this is just a straight kill if he does.
Throw a Drifting Dark, throw a couple...
Throw anything. That could have been a kill. I think he threw it a little bit too late, though. And this way, this is going to actually be a Kraken take from Uproar. Now, they're going to get the turret. I mean, that's... Whoa! Kyrgios, he's kind of I don't want to say necessarily throwing, but he's not doing great at the moment. He's missed potential kills, could have gotten the turret.
This guy's can't even get his gauntlet down in time. That's pretty much on good acid as a Kraken.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty clean for, well, the death timers. Purple's got to be careful, though. He could get picked easily.
The turret's just going to go down, and then he's got no more defense ready to save.
And finally, the one time he doesn't hit the reflex block.
Now Ripper's got stacks. Kyogre's going in.
Oh my gosh, that was an insane directive. He
pushed him in. Kyogre's going in, and Zach aimed for him.
He has to. Yeah, he has the overdrive for that, right? Yeah, yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just increasing that range just a little bit longer. Managed to get it on top of a sanction, and that was insane. So this, yeah, this should be game. I don't see any sort of comeback happening here. I mean, they tried, they really did, but oh, Hellfire Brew plus a stun doesn't matter though. Zach's still able to explode, but he's gonna go down.
There's a kill. They picked that one up.
There's a kill.
It's a little bit too beefy right now.
There's another kill. There's the Vayne. It explodes.
There's the ace.
Very nice game.
Too little, too late. That was a very nice game, though. It was a fresh breath of air coming from the little bit of a one-sided victory in the first game. They had a lot more chances in this game.
They did, and I think the factor there was sanction. I think he did a pretty good job. Now let's see if we can actually get, let's say, Kyogre Ghost in here.
Sure, do you want to do that, or should I figure that out?
I'll PM him.
Cool.
I'll say it in.
As we see here, we got some pretty typical builds going on. Swills didn't finish up the Atlas Pauldron against Zach, but other than that, everybody's building some armor.
Yeah.
If they can.
His mic was not working. Very sad. All right, well, we will have Zach joining us very shortly. One moment. And he's in. All right. So, Zach Attack.
Yeah.
Nice game.
Man. Yep.
So, you've got your first win of the season officially, right?
Yay! Yeah, I know. It's great.
It is great, right? Like, I'm sure you're super excited. So, tell me, what happened that first game, right? Because you got completely outdrafted, and then
What do you mean got outdrafted?
You put the Kroll into the ring.
Yeah, that's what I do.
With the Finn.
Mm-hmm. Why so?
It seemed to work. Honestly, I thought that was. Then they just kind of got destroyed completely.
Yep. I mean, you can't go Weapon Sky into Crawl. It just doesn't work either. So that was on them, kind of, too.
So that second game, I'm not sure if you know this, right? I did a little bit of a joke, but Kyogre Ghost decided to buy a shield first against what looked to be a double weapon comp.
Nah, I told him Ringo is going CP because that's all Purple goes is CP Ringo.
Really?
Yep.
That's hilarious.
On your part, because at first it was just everybody was going weapon. Swills had his little bit of damage. He had Stormguard banner, and it was just weapon. And then he had.
I told him to get shield because, Purple, I know him. I've known him for like a year now since I've been playing. He just starts off with that weapon blade and he goes straight to alternating current. So I was like, just get shield. If they come gank, they're not because you have Finn up there. I mostly solo jungled anyway, so yeah.
So you've got, oh, what was it? You went your Crow, you went your Alpha, and it's looked like you've pretty much. I guess I think you found your niche. Do you think you're going to be a jungle main from this point onward?
I've always been jungle main.
Well, no, normally though, you'd have a little bit of a dab in the lane. You just kind of.
Yeah, but like I have Kyogre now. Kyogre is probably better in lane than me. I think I'm not that great in lane. So yeah, I think I'll mostly play jungle.
All right, good to know. So, going on further, you've got your next match. Who's it against?
I don't even know.
So you're playing. You're playing against. Let's
A team.
see. You're playing against a team. The team you're playing against should be Jesters.
That's Tim,
Zeke.
Thordor, and them,
Zeke.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So how do you feel about that game?
That's gonna be probably tougher, but I think we can do it. I beat Tim last season in quarters.
I'm shaking my fist at you quite hard.
Okay.
Well,
Don't kill me.
only slightly. Well, you have them up next. Hopefully, you can do as well as you did there. But again, congratulations on your win, and you are officially the second. You are undefeated. Like,
Yay! I
so
hope that
yeah.
goes well this season, but fingers crossed.
Anyway, thank you very much, Zach, for joining us. I'm going to kick you now, like usual.
Okay.
But it was very fun. Anyway,
Feels loved.
good luck later in what you're doing.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
see you. So yeah, Dan, man, that was a very interesting second game. Not so much first, pretty dominating. That's.
Mm-hmm. It was the first game that we had a lot of close chances for both teams.
Yeah, it was. So again, we should have our next match, if I can confirm it. We will have one tomorrow. It'll be Sinisters versus Libre at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. That should be a good match. Libre is definitely improved since last season, and Sinister is, well, still Sinister.
I'm pretty sure you can improve from an undefeated season, but they'll sure try.
They definitely will. Anyway, so for those of you sitting here on Twitch, on Mob Crush, on wherever, it has been very fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and well, these two fairly quick games. This is 360 No Scope.
This is DanMan5550.
And we will be seeing you next time.